Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today in this brief session we will discuss how to grow the communication skill. Well, before we come into this discussion, let's have an idea what communication is all about and what's its importance in our personal and professional life. Well, if we talk about communication, everyone communicates. If we talk about the animals also communicate. But they have very limited tools for communication. And for example, they have only their voice and some body postures and gestures. Through it, they give signals to their community members, and accordingly, they respond. But thank God, we are human beings. We have different tools. We have some advanced tools for communication. And that is, we can convert our voice into language. Through language, we can express our likings, our dislikings, our happiness, our sadness, our excitement, everything. Now, question is how we can develop this skill for communication. Well, there are different tips to understand this, but let's have step by step to know this. And if we know the better way of communication, we can reflect our success in our profession and also in our personal life. But how can we develop this? I will discuss here a bit of hint about those matters so that this can give you some better growth for your development. Well, here's the first one. Listening. Intensive listening. If we listen properly the other person before speaking, it would be much better for us to understand what other person actually wants to think and wants to share his own. In his book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, written by Stephen Covey, he said, most of the time in a conversation, either we are talking or we are preparing to talk. You see that we can pretend to be listening, but I can tell you it is a very difficult task for listening most of the time. So what should we do? We should practice listening. If we listen properly, we can have a better mode of understanding. Yes, he also suggests in that book that we should try to listen with the intent to understand what the person wants to say, what his standpoints, what his logic. Once we understand that, it would be much better for us to give you better communication. So we should try to understand how to grow. So this is very important to have in our life. So intensive listening and deep listening, I think this is very important task in any communication. This is the first one. Here is the second one. Well, when we listen, there is something that we need to grow, like prompting. What is prompting? Prompting means when somebody speaks, we need to give some response from outside by saying, yes, okay, yes. These are the things that we can give support to that person, to the person who is speaking. And the person also feels very comfortable and he feels that we are connected with his speaking. So this is very good tips. Okay, so this prompting is one of the important skills that we need to grow. Next comes paraphrasing. What is paraphrasing? Suppose when we listen somebody and we fail to understand what he said, we want to ask him to repeat things. So how can we do so? It is called paraphrasing. The way, suppose I don't understand something and I can just try to repeat his opinion with my voice by saying, okay, you want to say that this. That means what you want to say, what I understand is this. That means I'm repeating your opinion or his opinion properly. His opinion, and he will get an option to repeat his own once again. So this is called paraphrasing. Very strong tip to grow in listening. So this paraphrasing is also very important for connecting with the people. So these things are very necessary to adopt, to grow in our conversation, and I'm sure that this can help us in developing our communication. Here's the fourth one, our body language. Body language plays a very important role in the whole communication. Suppose when we listen, in which posture if we stand, how should we stand? If we sit, how should we sit? So now I'm telling you some of the postures which can help us to to show a better body language. Because I can tell you that in the whole conversation, our body language matters most than our voice, than our language. In a study made by Harvard University, they said that only 7% of our voice, of our language matters in the whole conversation. 93% comes from our body. So it is very necessary that we need to grow a better skill of body language. Suppose when you stand, how should you stand? Well, we can have a lot of discomfortable feeling in our mind, standing or using our body in different ways. Suppose when we stand, our hands matter most. You see, if we just keep our hands in our pocket like this, or we can keep our hand front side like this, or we can keep our hand backwards, or we can fold our hands like this. These all postures actually give you some sort of arrogancy, defensiveness, proudy kind of postures, which our viewers may not enjoy mostly. So, what is the comfortable body language and body posture that we should adopt while standing, that can give our viewers a better feeling, a comfortable feeling? You may not be comfortable in that posture, but the viewers may feel very comfortable seeing you. What is that? You can keep your hands in both sides. Straight manner, you can keep your hands in both sides. Your chest should come a little forward, your back should go a little behind, your shoulders should go a little upwards, and stand in a very relaxed position. This is the best posture that you can offer to your viewers. You may feel discomfort because in this posture, you cannot stand for long. But mind you, you need to practice yourself standing in this posture. There is another posture that you can adopt while standing. You can keep your both hands on your belly position. Right hand on the top of left, or left hand on the top of right. In a very loose manner, you can stand and demonstrate. I mean, you can show your gesture by spreading your hands and retire them in your belly position or in your sides. So these are the postures that gives your viewers an excellent feeling seeing you. So this is very important and very necessary to understand. Well, so body language matters most. We need to understand our voice may not have that much power in it, but our body language always matters. So we need to adopt that. We need to learn the skill and grow our personal and professional career. Well, but above all, there are some other things when we go for conversation and enter some encounter with others. What other things that we need to adopt? That we need not to be argumentative. You say that nobody can win any argument. Never. You can win argument, but we can miss the relationship. A broken relationship, it's very difficult to rebuild. So it is not necessary to win argument. And another thing I can tell you is we should not be judgmental about anybody. Let's talk. Let's be open-hearted manner. We can talk and we can share our opinion very much. This communication skill is just like some other muscles that we have in our body. As we need some special care and exercise to grow them up, this particular body language is also a kind of exercise we need to develop this. I can tell you, you can also develop this with your proper practice. Without practice, without lessons, things cannot be grown up until you practice it every regular encounter when you feel and when you face somebody. So the question is how to practice. Well, discover yourself when you stand in a queue or when you talk to others, whether you are following these basics or not. If you are not, try to follow them properly. Overnight, you cannot grow any habit. But over time, by practicing, you can find you can grow much better communication skill. And once you develop it, you will be unstoppable on the way of your progress. So this is very necessary to understand and adopt these skills in our life. Fine. Another important thing I can tell you that You have something in your mind, I have something in my mind. Communication skill is to share each other. Let's understand others' data first by intensive listening, and then share yours. Don't open your mouth until you're invited to do so, right? So when we understand others, it will be better for us. We will have much better option to communicate, and that will be better one. Well, but of course, the first thing that we need to understand, and overall we can say that our personal honesty about understanding others is very important. And we can feel very happy when the conversation ends by saying, well, we have changed, we have shared everything, and I spent an excellent time with you. So, this is the ultimate conclusion. If you get it from others, you must understand your encounter and your communication, and this particular talk becomes successful. Fine. So, in this brief session, I want to just tell you up to this point. Next time we meet with some other very important videos for you. And if you like this video, please share it. And if you're first time in my channel, please subscribe it and just press this bell icon so that whenever I upload my new video, the notification may reach to you and you can start listening and viewing my opinion in some other matters. So that's all. I want to leave you right now with a promise that we will meet again very soon and we will have some better time next time. Till then, goodbye and meet you very soon. Thank you.